welcome to Sharjah. This is the 6th and final preliminary game in the Coca-Cola Cup. The final will be played on Friday, and this is a very, very important match for the two participants, Australia and India. The Australians are on a high at the moment. They have 6 points and a very good net run rate. India are there with New Zealand, each of them on 2 points. So India, first of all, have to try to win this game, and if they can't do that, they have to get their net run rate up ahead of the New Zealanders to go into the final. Now, one of the reasons for the Australians doing so well in this tournament is Michael Bevan. He's done wonderfully well. That's the figures produced by Bevan in this competition. He's had 76 dot balls bowled to him, 69 singles and 16 twos, most of which he's run like a young stag, 1 3 and just 5 4s and 1 6. That's a remarkably low number of boundaries, and yet his strike rate is 77.3, and he's been a big factor in the 2 victories. Now, this is the way he bats. 74 balls for 49. This is reaching his half century yesterday. The Indian fielder there is Navjot Sidhu. Bevan came back quickly for the second there. He's had 2 big scores the last twice he's batted here. The 50 mark there. And this is Damien Martin. Damien Martin hitting a 6 in the last game against India. Wonderful partnership with Shane Warne, who jumps down the pitch and smashes a 6 straight down the ground. And they put on 32 in 19 balls at a moment when India were getting back on top, and they weren't on top anymore. This is Sachin Tendulkar. Isn't he brilliant? Just plays the most beautiful strokes, way through mid-wicket. Glorious shot there, wonderfully strong on the onside. And then, not quite to the pitch of the ball, still hit it for 4, but he was the star. Is he going to be a one-man band again, Sonny?
Well, good question, Richie. I think he is like the lead singer in the band, that's for sure. And if the rest of the band can come in and contribute, then it will be like Indians making sweet music. If they do not, it'll be more like a racket, more like a noise. What I think Sachin Tendulkar could do with is obviously a lot of support from the batsmen at the top, particularly Azharuddin, Ganguly and Jadeja. If they can help him to have India score over 240, then India certainly feel that they are in with a chance.
All right, well, we'll go out to the centre of the ground now and have the pitch report. Greg Chappell is the man waiting for us out there.
Well, of the 2 pitches that are being used for this series, this one is the one that has the least bounce and the least pace. As we can see, we've already looked at it before. There's no grass on the wicket, so it's not going to be very different from the matches that we've already seen. I don't think India will mind batting second on this pitch and know what sort of target they've got to chase. And the fact that this pitch has been the lower scoring pitch won't be a bad thing for them either. In a low scoring game, even if they don't win it, it'll be a lot easier for them to get close to Australia.
Mark Waugh and Adam Gilchrist restored to their opening positions. What do you think of that, Tony?
Well, I think it's a good thing that the Australians tried Darren Lehmann and Damien Martin yesterday, because they had a fairly long innings out there in the middle. And this way, everybody has had a bat. And Mark Waugh and Adam Gilchrist came in very, very useful in the final overs when New Zealand had put up that big score of 259. So their batting yesterday would have given them the confidence to carry on with it today.
The Indians have decided on this lineup. Good opening pair, Tendulkar and Ganguly. I think they've done well in this tournament so far. Ganguly's been in excellent touch. Hasn't quite made the big one or played the big strokes as Tendulkar has. He made 100 in one of the games. Azharuddin, Jadeja, Laxman, Kanitka and Mongia Kumble Prasad, and the quick bowler Harvinder Singh, Harbhajan Singh. How do you like that, Sonny?
Well, I would have preferred them to have included Navjot Singh Sidhu in place of Harvinder Singh, and use Sourav Ganguly, Sachin Tendulkar and Ajay Jadeja to do a bit of bowling.
They're on their way now. Just outside that off stump. Yes, that fieldsman quite square down there. We do know that Gilchrist, when the short ball is bowled to him, likes to try and heave it away for 6 square of the wicket. Now they've got that cut off, so you might just find Gilchrist trying to play it a little bit finer. That's a wide delivery. I know the Australians are off the mark. It's well played, nicely steered away just to the left hand there of the fieldsman. That's one of the great attributes of Mark Waugh. Just gets it away just far enough away from the fieldsman to be able to pick up those runs, and that really does make a difference to the overall strike rate.
And for the team chasing, even if it's a modest target of 220, it's not going to be easy.
Now, this was almost a repeat of Mark Waugh's dismissal in the last match. He was run out going for a quick one to the right hand of the mid-off fieldsman. Kumble picked it up and threw the stumps down. It was a brilliant bit of work. A little bit more of that, or a repeat of that sort of fielding. Go down well here today for India. Well played. Off the stumps. He's whipped that one away on the onside. Back for two. Almost exactly the same shot into the gap on the onside. Oh, well played. He's got that one away. He plays that shot very well. You can't give him any room. Gilchrist is a very good cutter of the ball. So that's the end of the over. 10 runs from that over. Good one for Australia. 14 for none. Oh, that's close. Well, I tell you, I thought that was a little bit closer than the Indian players did. Perhaps there was a bit of bat. No, there wasn't bat. It's his signalling leg buys. Perhaps he got outside the line. Or did it nip back a long way? It must have done something, because there wasn't really a huge appeal.
Yes, I think the appeal really came from the wicketkeeper and the bowler. Yes, the ball would have gone down the leg side.
Over the top, just over the top. Didn't quite middle that one, but that's his job. He's got to go over the top every now and again. Will he come back for the third? No, settling for two. That's well fielded. Yes, he normally gets a bit more bat on those straight drives. Gilchrist that time going for the big one. He's got to take the pressure off Mark Waugh. Didn't quite middle it, just went over the top of mid-off's head.
Well, that's a tribute to the Indian bowling, particularly Harvinder Singh, who bowled a good first over. He's kept them in check over here, forcing Gilchrist to take the risk.
I think that rather verifies Sonny's point about the slower pitch. When it doesn't come onto the bat, it's not quite so easy to smash down the ground for six. Oh, he's going for that one down the leg side. He's got him. Yes, he's a little hit. He's nicked that one. Well, it must have been a huge nick, because the bowler didn't respond in any fashion at all. Gilchrist, trying to play that shot he plays so well, has nicked one through to the wicketkeeper, and this is good news for India.
Yes, it is. They were looking for an early breakthrough. They've got this through Harvinder Singh. This was short, and Gilchrist's eyes must have lit up, because this is the shot he plays so well, the square cut. Unfortunately for him, the ball bounced just a little bit more than he expected. He's edged the catch to Mongia behind the wickets, and Australia 17 for 1.
Ricky Ponting is the new batsman. That's well done. He really is good at that. He just drops the ball pretty dead in front of him and then takes off. And absolutely no one's going to get to it, because the field are back looking to save the ones and the fours, but they can't come in quickly enough. Have a look at how he just knocks it down there. Looks up and his partner's on his way. So Ponting off the mark, and he's got that one wide of the fieldsman at backward point. 31 for 1. 7 overs have been bowled so far. Mark Waugh and Ricky Ponting together in the centre, and together in the commentary box it's going to be Richie Benaud and Ravi Shastri.
Nicely timed by Ponting. Just get a single for it. There hasn't been much movement in the air for the bowlers. The batsman can hit through the line. Gilchrist would have been very disappointed with the way he was dismissed. And good afternoon to Richie Benaud.
Afternoon, Ravi. Afternoon, everyone. Yes, indeed, it is a crucial one. The Australians are already in the final. War has underlined a couple of times today already how important it is for them to keep on what he termed a roll. They're certainly on that at the moment. Sachin Tendulkar and Laxman, two of the men on the Indian side. Man down there on the fence, but he needs to be 20 feet tall.
A terrific shot that by Mark Waugh. It's all class and timing. Just picked this one up and hoisted it over square leg. Venkatesh Prasad is just a spectator. And again, he's taken the aerial route with success. This is turning out to be a very expensive over for Harvinder Singh. Great over for Australia. Venkatesh Prasad will continue. Ricky Ponting is the man on strike. He's found the gap again. This is another boundary, so Australia at the moment dealing in boundaries.
That is a cracking stroke. It's a little roll of the wrist just as ball was meeting bat. It looked as though he was going to hit it through extra cover. In fact, it went just past the right hand of point, 3 or 4 yards. Yes, that really is a lovely stroke.
So you can see that Tour of India has taught Ricky Ponting quite a lot. Oh, that's a lovely shot. That's an even better shot. You saw Mark Waugh play a similar shot in the last over of Harvinder Singh. Ricky Ponting has done exactly that. Wait for the umpire signal. We reckon it's 6.
The umpire's signalling 4, but I think he'd be wise to have another look. Just a little look. Nothing too exciting about it, but just to see where the ball pitches. We might have to wait a little bit for the final adjudication. Got the rope. Yep.
The Australians now motoring along. Got up to 50 with that boundary. Just that slight hesitation when he picked up the ball, Kanetkar. If he'd released it straight away, and we might have had a close call.
Might have had a broken ankle too. Harbhajan Singh has decided that he's going to try and trap it like a soccer player.
Well, he's given him the charge and it's gone into the crowd. Again, beautiful timing, good use of the feet by Mark Waugh. 50-run partnership coming up with that 6.
1-1 for a moment. I thought Ravi Shastri's catching ability in retirement was going to be called into question there. That has landed not all that far short of the commentary box.
The Australians are off to a terrific start. This is Mark Waugh's second 6 of this innings. And down the track again. This is glorious stuff. He adjusted beautifully there and found the gap on the offside.
They've both played some beautiful strokes this afternoon in Sharjah time, but nothing better than that. Wonderful little adjustment there. Picked it as the top spinner and hit it away through extra cover.
Harbhajan Singh now into his second over. Went for 12 in his first.
That little shot of Ricky Ponting's again, where he starts to play across to the onside, turns the bat and finishes up with the leading edge pointing towards the bowler. Seen it a number of times in Australia and over here as well. Unusual little facet of his batting.
That's put away. Enough time to rock back on that back foot. And another boundary for Ricky Ponting. And he goes for the big one, and he struck it cleanly. This is a big six.
There's a challenge for Mark Waugh. Mark Waugh's hit on top of the railing just below us. Ricky Ponting's went another 6 metres.
Right into those hospitality boxes. That's where the ball was a little while ago. Third six of the tournament for Ricky Ponting. That's where the ball went. That was a big hit from Ponting. Oh, that's beautifully bowled. Good comeback by the young man. The Indian team really excited now. This is a good wicket. So Damien Martin comes out to the middle in the fall of Ricky Ponting's wicket. It's Mark Waugh on strike. Martin will get his turn now.
A couple of things with this dismissal. First of all, it was well bowled. It stranded Ponting. Mongiu has taken the bails off well before Ponting can get his bat back. Now then, Harbhajan Singh. Oh, hello. Well, what was the bowler doing shouting at the batsman like that?
Well, there's no need to shout because the batsman was anyway walking back to the pavilion. I guess Harbhajan Singh was just taking out the frustration of being a little expensive in those 2 overs. Not a very sensible thing to do. I guess he'll learn as he grows older. And will have to learn quickly.
Damien Martin, you can't really say he's promoted because he opened the innings yesterday with Darren Lehmann, but he's up from his normal middle order position.
That's a clean-up job. That's beautifully bowled. Damien Martin had no answer to that one. And Anil Kumble has struck here again for India.
He's India's best bowler. In combination with the chap who's not playing, Javagal Srinath, they're very powerful, and he has done a wonderful job here in zipping that top spinner through. A bit of bounce as well. Wonderful ball, hit the top of the stumps. Martin has gone, and Kumble has struck. Martin out for 1, and it's 87 for 3, a very unlucky number for Australia.
So Michael Bevan comes out to the middle, and the Indians bouncing back well here with wickets in consecutive overs. Anil Kumble took the last man, Damien Martin, and this man has a very, very impressive record. In the commentary box now, Ian Chappell and Sunil Gavaskar.
Thank you very much, Ravi. Yes, a quick change coming over the game there. Australia were on the rampage with Ponting and Mark Waugh going at full steam ahead. Ponting out, and then quickly followed by Damien Martin not picking the quicker one at all. It went right through him. So a wicket to Harbhajan Singh, and then one to Kumble in the next over. Put a different complexion on this game. .87 coming in the first 15 overs. Michael Bevan just indicating to the umpire by touching the stump which one he wanted. Obviously a fair bit of noise out there in the middle. Big crowd here. And Sonny, India badly needing those 2 wickets.
Yes, Ian, I think the blazing start that the Australians had got off to would have made the Indians a little bit worried. They needed some wickets, and they needed the wickets in a hurry, and they got that with the wickets of Ponting and Damien Martyn. And it certainly has perked them up. You can see from the way they are now moving about in the field. When Mark Waugh and Ricky Ponting were hitting those big sixes, you could see that there was just a little drop of their heads. They were just getting resigned to the Australians putting up a big score. Those 2 wickets have certainly brought them back into the game.
One of the problems for India, neither of their opening bowlers are bowling with a lot of confidence at the moment. That really got Mark Waugh and Ricky Ponting going, got them into a stroke playing mood, and they just followed on from there with the spinners. Not so much Kumble, they haven't got after him, but certainly Harbhajan. Venkatesh Prasad, I think there's still a bit of a mental block there with him coming back from that shoulder injury. Harvinder misfielding, and he boots it to the boundary.
Well, in one-day cricket, fielding is a very, very important part. Even if you can't get wickets, can't get runs, if you can save runs for your team, you've done a good job. That's what the team expects. Over here, Harvinder not quite covering the ball ricocheting off his boot to a boundary.
Sometimes with a bowler coming back from injury, particularly an injury that has something to do with part of the action, sometimes there's just a little bit of a mental block, and the bowler doesn't quite have the confidence to let himself go, and I think that's the state that Prasad's in at the moment. They're testing out Harvinder, and he's fielding, and another misfield, and Bevan takes advantage of it. Well done.